Travis Kelce and his girlfriend Taylor Swift were seen in Kansas City on Saturday, January 11th, following their attendance at Andrea's mother's 66th birthday celebration in Nashville. Travis Kelce had just returned from Nashville when he and his girlfriend Taylor Swift were spotted at a Panera Bread restaurant in Kansas City. While seated in his black SUV, Travis Kelce emerged wearing a black life jacket. Taylor Swift was sitting very next to Kelce. Swift showed up with a yellow jacket and headphones. 10 minutes or so before they left, the couple was spotted making a visit at the Panera Bread location. According to reports, they were both returning to their Kansas City estate. The couple's first days of life together in Kansas City were a lovely moment that some people witnessed in the environment of the white rain. Travis Kelce headed to Nashville with his girlfriend Taylor Swift on Friday to attend her mother Andrea Swift's 66th birthday celebration. However, the couple returned to their comfortable Kansas City home immediately after the celebration. It has been widely believed by fans that Swift traveled to Kansas City to watch Kelce's game. The Chiefs are on vacation, so they won't be playing any games this week. Kansas City has been home to Taylor Swift since Wednesday. With partner Travis Kelce, she spends all of her time living life to the fullest at their Kansas City estate. 2 days after Swift and her boyfriend Travis Kelce moved in together, Taylor Swift's friend Gigi said in an interview on Saturday that Taylor is incredibly happy and talks about Kelce's jokes. Taylor told me that Kelce is a neat person who also knows how to clean. It's a nightmare for him to cook. Despite being the most talked-about couple in the world, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are no different from any other relationship in the end. When Travis Kelce revealed the season he believes is best avoided for weddings, it set off a chain reaction of conjecture. The 35-year-old NFL player and Taylor Swift have been dating since September 2023, and their admirers are eager for them to be married. During his most recent New Heights podcast episode, Kelce offered some insightful observations regarding the ideal time of year to tie the knot. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end said, "I actually don't know people who have gotten married in the fall because all the weddings I've been to and all my friends always do it in the summer," in response to a fan who called in to seek his opinion on autumn weddings. Kelce added, "You got to be willing to, find a weekend where the team isn't playing anybody good," in response to the caller's statement that they didn't want their own wedding to conflict with NFL games in the fall. He offered a top recommendation. Maybe it's in her best interest to not have it in the fall so that she knows you're invested in the anniversary every time it comes around. There are some things that are more important than football, and if the wedding isn't more important than football, we've got some bigger issues here, responded Jason, Kelce's brother and co-host of the podcast. Despite not specifically mentioning his own ideal wedding, Kelce's admirers are speculating about it because of the podcast interview. Many believe his remarks are evidence that he is covertly organizing a wedding date for him and Swift. With 6 NFL playoff games this weekend, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and the Monday night finale between the Vikings and Rams, which was rescheduled from SoFi Stadium to State Farm Stadium in Arizona because of the wildfires that swept through California this week. The time is almost here. A nationwide panel of 50 media members voted on the top players at each position for the first and second teams of the NFL's 2024 All-Pro team after the regular season was finished and objectively examined. Justin Jefferson and Ja'Marr Chase, both former LSU teammates, were the only unanimous selections. Lamar Jackson broke a 2-year tie with Patrick Mahomes, 2018-2022, to win the award for the second consecutive year and third time overall at quarterback. Lamar received 31 first-place votes to Josh Allen's 18, making him the only player with more victories than Aaron Rodgers, 4, and Peyton Manning, 7. There is a good chance that Lamar will win this year because he was the MVP the last 2 times he did. The Raiders' rookie tight end Brock Bowers, who finished ahead of George Kittle, is one of the 14 players who are unusually first-time players. As evidenced by Travis Kelce's lone second-team vote, the Swifties have no say in the All-Pro selection, in contrast to the Pro Bowl. With career lows in yards and touchdowns, this was unquestionably Mahomes' poorest statistical season. However, win totals, which are obviously more significant than individual honors, made it his best season. His pursuit of the first-ever three-peat is particularly noteworthy this year. 2 members of the Chiefs' offensive line, left guard Joe Thuney and center Creed Humphrey, are the most notable of the 3 players chosen for the first team. But the fact that they were chosen comes as Mahomes has been fired 36 times this season, which is a career high. The selection of these 2 players as the finest in their respective positions suggests that the critics are correct and that Mahomes' performance declined from what we were accustomed to. However, we will undoubtedly witness his peak performance in the playoffs, along with Kelce. The Chiefs are where they are primarily because of their defensive prowess, which has been the team's strength through numerous offensive injuries. The other 2 players chosen were from this position. Chris Jones was the defense's captain and leader from the previous season, and cornerback Trent McDuffie was chosen for the second team. The Chiefs aren't the most visually appealing squad, but they know how to accomplish what matters most: victory. Their winning streak now stands at 21 out of 23 games, and if they hadn't rested their starters against Denver in the regular season finale, it most likely would have been 22. There is no denying that the Chiefs' second-year absence of their best players demonstrates the team's excellent balance and the fact that winning comes first. We'll now examine how their lack of rhythm may impact them, as their starters will have roughly 23 to 24 days off as they rest. This is because they won't play again until the divisional round, which is set for January 18th or 19th, against the Chargers and Texans' first playoff matchup winner. Andy Reid, fortunately for the Chiefs, will have plenty of time to prepare because his record after a bye is an amazing 22-4. The playoffs have also shown Patrick Mahomes to be at his peak. He is 15-3 in his 18 postseason games, with 5,659 yards, 46 touchdowns, and just 8 interceptions. He and Joe Montana would share the second most playoff victories in history, with 1 more victory. Mahomes would complete it in 7 seasons, whereas Montana would need 16. That is the one little distinction. Although he still lags far behind Tom Brady's 35 postseason victories, he is making progress. Without detracting from Brady's 7 Super Bowl victories, I dare claim that a three-peat would be no quarterback's greatest achievement in history. The Denver Broncos' 10th and final victory came against a Kansas City Chiefs squad that was only using backups in Week 18, despite having 3 chances to secure a postseason berth. There has been widespread conjecture, particularly in the Cincinnati region, that the Chiefs tossed the game to aid their AFC West foe after Denver's 38-0 thumping to end their postseason drought. Even though it may sound absurd, some Bengals players and fans believe that to be true because their team was really hot and they have previously won a playoff game at Arrowhead Stadium. The Bengals would have gone to Kansas City next if they had been able to pull off the upset in Buffalo.